Greetings, Earthlings, and welcome to this tiny garage. Do you like to save time and money? Well, these tips came from my experience with the local Porsche dealer on this project. But these tips are going to be useful in all kinds of situations when working with all kinds of businesses. Price matching. Well, nothing new about that. It's a way for brick and mortar stores to stay competitive with their online counterparts. But I didn't realize that the Porsche parts department were prepared to price match. And that came up when I was buying this oil filler tube. I had it on my list at the parts department and I said, hey, take that off the list. I think I found it for a better price somewhere else. And they said, hey, well, what was that price? And so they were asking $140 for this plus tax. And the best price that I had found online was $85. And so I said, hey, $85. And they said, all right, fine. And so they price matched, no questions asked, didn't have to prove it or anything. And so that's something to bear in mind, that if you have the convenience of a local Porsche dealer, that you don't really have to suffer on price. You might want to mention it and see if they'll price match for you. I found out about the rush fee when it came to this oil pressure relief valve spring. It turns out there are none of them in America and you have to order it from Germany, and that takes a month to get here unless you want to pay the 10% rush fee. And so here's the cool thing. At the same time, I also might need a brake booster pipe, also only available in Germany, and one of those is $300. And so the rush fee on that would be $30 and I could have it here in a week. But if you order things together, at least in this case, you should ask, they're going to group the rush fee on this whole order. And so I'm going to pay just $2 to have both of those items rushed from Germany. For those of you out there that already own a business, for just a little bit of paperwork, you can set up a commercial account at your local Porsche dealer and receive an immediate discount. So I did that at my local dealer and really was shocked at how generous the discount is. I'm not going to tell you what the number is here, just out of respect for them. If you do want to know, feel free to message me and what have you, and I'll let you know all the gory details. But really, for just a very little bit of paperwork, you could save yourself thousands on a project like this by setting up a commercial account.
Hold on, what's the dog doing? Oh yeah, subscribe now. Delta says thank you. The oil pressure relief valve spring just arrived from Germany. Let's go to the dealer and pick it up. On my way to the parts department, I could not help but notice the continued lack of Porsches at the Porsche dealer. I did happen to stumble across Hannibal Lecter's bathroom and found this all-electric tucked away in there. This base model Taycan starts at $98,000 and has a range of just over 200 miles. The 0 to 60 of around 5 seconds is similar to the 300 horsepower Carrera that we're building. The top speed is a little higher at 192 miles per hour, all of that coming from the 300 kilowatt standard performance battery that allows this car to produce the electric equivalent of a 402 horsepower combustion engine. If I bought this base model Taycan today, I would be 12th in line on the waiting list and would not receive delivery of the car for another 9 months. If I ordered the top of the range $200,000 Taycan Turbo S, I would need to wait a whole year for delivery, and it doesn't even have a turbo. So that's the Porsche Taycan. Let's get back to the garage. We already had the updated 997 Plunger on the right. There's the new spring on the left. You can tell that it does have more resistance to being compressed. So thank you, Lee Jenkins at Hartech UK, for telling me how important this little system is. Also, he mentioned you want to make sure that that plunger can move freely. Done. Now that our oil system is complete, it's finally time to put the oil pan on. There are 13 10mm bolts here. This has been cleaned many times, but I'm going to give it one last going over with the Kim wipes. Then also, while I have a fresh tube of this sealant, I'm going to go to town on that with a thin bead to the best of my abilities. And finishing up by tightening those 13 10mm bolts to 10 Newton meters.
As you can see, just having to wait for that little spring to come from Germany put us a couple of weeks behind on finishing the oil system. A bonus to that was the fact that I got to put this poll up on YouTube, and it turns out that the 5W50 weight oil is definitely looking like a favorite for these particular cars. So another tip also I would add to the ways to save money at the Porsche dealer when it comes to the rush fee and things coming from Germany is to call back. I had another thing that was supposed to come from Germany, the valve seat that went missing at the machine shop. And I called them back a couple of days later at the Porsche dealer, and magically one had appeared in Pennsylvania, and they were able to ship it to me in a couple of days without any rush fee. So call them back is another tip on that one. But that's all we have time for this week. Thank you very much for watching. Till next time. Hey, dog. Oh, too relaxed.
Now she's just
This biscuit's gonna last for forever.